Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the YouTube Business Academy podcast. My name is George, and today I'm joined by my co-host Ron. And in today's episode, we're going to discuss our journey to $30,000 a month on YouTube with YouTube automation. So if that is something that you are interested in as well, then sit back, relax, and let us discuss and take you through this journey of everything was going on with our channels. And I think you're going to learn a lot with it. So we were talking with Ron before we starting this to record this, and we were talking back and forth about family life and life in general. And then I was like, Ron, I'm really curious to know about more things, what's happening on your end with YouTube. But before I ask you any questions, let's hit the record button. And now I can finally ask you. So tell me, what's been happening? What's been happening over the past week with your YouTube channel?
Yeah. So in previous episode, I talked about my new browse channel. It's like basically my final move in terms of browse. If this doesn't work out, or if I don't see any progression with this, I'll fully focus on my other search channel. But yeah, past week. Learning a lot, but also it's been frustrating, of course. Like this was not, it didn't went all easy, but I was like analyzing a lot of videos the last week, and it's maybe good for you to know. You probably already know, George, but for the listener, I'm pretty impatient. So I just want to get things over with as quickly as possible. And same with video production, for example. I'll just make 3-4 because I right now I do a lot of things. So the video topic, the titles, and the thumbnails, because I just know now within my niche how to get a high CTR. And I also decided, okay, let's also just do the scripts, because I don't want to wait on the script writer. Plus I know more about it because I've done the topic, so maybe I can write better scripts. So I've been like last week, for example, I wrote like 4 scripts in one day. I felt all like productive, had like a lot of videos in the pipeline. And now I check some analytics of the most recent videos uploaded, and I'm like, okay, we need to change everything. But I already have the scripts recorded by the voiceover and stuff like that. So that's like the thing, because I'm so impatient. I just want to have as many videos out as quickly as possible. But that's not always the right strategy.
Right. So you're kind of like, okay, let me like push now, have it like in bulk, but then like the results from the previous work comes back, and you're like, god damn it.
Exactly. So I was watching my Trello, like all the topics nicely laid out, thumbnails looking good, titles looking good, and it was already recorded by the voiceover. Yeah, but like a couple days later, I'm like, we need to change some things up, because I've also watched some other competitors, and of course my other videos were not performing as well, because as I mentioned in the previous episode, like I know how to get a high CTR, like decent, like at least a 12+% CTR. I know how to get it within my niche. So that's pretty good, But I've been seeing like, for example, I have a video it's around 16, 17 minutes long. I get around 6 minutes 15 view duration, and it got pushed hard in the beginning, but then it died out. So basically means for my niche that I need to get more. I saw it with other videos as well. They died out pretty quickly. That I need to get more minutes per viewer per video. So that should be my focus. And I've studied my audience more, and I think I mentioned it in previous episode as well. I have a little bit of an older audience, so it's a slower pacing. And I haven't been adjusting my new scripts to that. And also, I haven't talked with my voiceover guy like, hey, maybe we need to try a couple of different pacing methods and experiment more. So that's what I'm doing right now, is like taking a step back, taking more time for the videos. And basically trying to get the viewers retention up, because I'm like, the CTR is no problem. So the topics are good, the thumbnails are good. It's mostly the storytelling that's not good enough, and people just leave the video too quickly. So that's mostly the focus I'm having right now. Yeah.
What's your first 30-second drop after the hook?
Yeah.
What's your first 15-second and 30-second?
Yeah.
I would be curious to know that.
I will experiment with it now as well. So good thing. Like I did this today. I checked like my competitors. Like, why? Because I checked the video, and I'm like, the topic is kind of similar, like not the same, but the angle is the same. And I'm like, why did this guy get like 600K views, and why didn't I get it? So I watched the hook as well and the rehooking.
Yeah.
The hook I did before was based on my previous knowledge on my other browse channel and with a different
Mm-hmm.
audience, which was like fast paced,
Yeah.
drop maybe an interesting fact, or tell an interesting, or ask a question towards a viewer, or like more fast paced.
Right.
Like same with Sunny V2, the mastermind we did. In the beginning, it was like
Yeah.
fast transitions, cuts, music. And that's what I always had in my mind. So I implemented
Mm-hmm.
that in my videos for the new browse channel. And it was not bad, like 70% intro retention rate, or between 60 to 70%, but it's still not
At the
enough.
30-second mark.
Yeah, but it's still not enough because,
That's pretty
yeah, but
good,
it's
if you
typical.
ask me.
YouTube says it is typical within my niche, and I think we can improve. So I watched some competitors today, and I know they have the same audience as me because, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
stealing views from them, and it's so slow paced, like really
Yeah.
slow. And they open up, for example, with a question towards the viewer, and what they then do is just
Mm.
show 5 to 15 seconds long, show clips about the topic without any voiceover,
Yeah.
but with really matching music. So you get like sucked in the video, but there is nothing being said.
Brother, you need to slow it
Yeah,
down.
yeah. So that's like totally the opposite of how I am as a person. But I think this shows, like, of course, I didn't test it yet, but it's working for competitors, I assume, because they're getting so
Yeah.
much views. This really shows you need to study your audience more and more. And the
Mm-hmm.
mistake I made was making scripts in bulk so we can upload fast and more and get more data. And of course, that's good maybe in the beginning because you have no data. But now I
Yeah.
know what my audience probably likes. And now I'm like, okay, I should have just checked the videos first and then start producing the next videos to also save a lot of money. Because now I'm like, okay, I have the scripts, thumbnails, titles. It's already recorded with the voiceover. It's like the final step is just the editing. And then I'm like, should I
Yeah.
do the edit, or should I just cancel the whole project and lose my money on the voiceover? So, yeah.
It's called the sunken cost analysis. I know sunken cost
What does it mean?
fallacy. Okay, basically a sunken cost is when you have already invested some money into something and you have already the cost, and you are now kind of hesitant. Oh man, like I know it's the wrong thing to do, but I have already invested the money.
Yeah.
So do I go like all the way and like actually get it done, or do I take the loss now and take it like do it the right way? So knowing this fallacy, if I'd be you, I'd probably with the knowledge you have now, cut. It's like cutting your losses with like
True,
trading.
true. But the thing is, you eventually you don't know also because like,
True.
yeah. So yeah, the thing is you
But
all, yeah. I don't know.
if your audience is older and you're bombarding them like this in the first 30 seconds,
Yeah,
maybe
but the
you know
thing is,
better.
the video editing is not done yet. So I talked to the video
Right.
editors today as well. I said, hey, maybe we can have some more pauses between the voiceover.
Yeah.
And like maybe we can fix it a little bit with the editing. Like
Yeah.
I think, and the
Yeah.
music of course, yeah, the music. So I
Mm.
think that's my approach, what it will be. But I will start more like taking time for the videos, which is very difficult for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Because you just want to get it done.
yeah, but the thing is, I see some videos just performing in my niche, and I watch them, and I'm like, I can do it better. But then there are like some important elements that you oversee, which is the
Yeah.
pacing and maybe the way the voiceover talks, which is crucial for the viewers
Yeah.
duration. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, it's the lesson for me is basically I should see it per video, and with every video, I should experiment maybe with a different hook, maybe with different
Mm.
pacing, maybe with a different, yeah, rehooking, and that kind of, and then basically
Yeah.
start experimenting and see what works, and then implement it along the way. That you eventually have a perfect package or a perfect
Yeah.
video. You know.
It's very interesting what you said there about like taking your time with each video, because this is something that I've been learning over the past many years, is that like when I try and force myself to like sit down and do something, like there's time and place for that, but sometimes I do my best, most productive work is when I just not force myself, but when I just let it kind of happen naturally. I
Yeah.
start to explore my curiosity online. I might go visit some random website, or might read some kind of an article or watch a video, and then like I go down the rabbit hole. I click on this link and I check like like ding, ding, ding. And then it often happens that I stumble across something which sparks an idea, and then I can maybe make a search video out of it, and it's so interesting. And then that video goes on to perform like it's just not forcing yourself to do something, but rather kind of letting it happen organically and having that awareness to like catch yourself when you're stumbling upon something interesting.
Yeah, that works great because like you can't always force things towards you because
Yeah,
some elements just need to happen organically. Sometimes it's like basically the same with your thoughts, like they just appear out of nowhere. It's
yeah,
basically like a gift from the universe, like hey, good luck with this thought. And like
yeah.
when you're all focused and forcing certain things, I think those thoughts will happen, less. I think.
Mm,
But that's good. But yeah, for me as a person, it's really difficult because I try to, yeah, you know how I am. So I try to
yeah.
force as many things as possible. And I'm like, if I just make as many videos as possible, one needs to be like a shotgun approach, one needs to
you're
stick.
you're a very like you're a very like type A personality, like action, like
Yeah.
charge, like
Yeah.
let's go. Full send it.
Yeah, that's true. And I learn a lot, but it also costs a lot of money if all those videos fail. And that's fine, but like I rather not do it. But yeah, it's just I'm trying I'm trying to learn here as well, and sometimes maybe when thinking of a new video.
Another very interesting thing you said there about was it disappeared. The thought disappeared in my head.
Oh,
Okay, I'll come back
yeah,
to it. I
sure.
can't remember right now. But you were mentioning something also about like different pacing methods.
Yeah,
Oh, I remember now. Um, I remember now. It was about how you like simple things in a video, but that you can
yeah,
overlook. You said that, and I think that is a true sign of like mastery. Is they say like mastery is making things that are complicated look easy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You walk someone past the street and they're like, juggling with, knives or 8 different, like balls or something, like they're doing something, but they're making it look so effortless. He might be like smiling at you, and you might be thinking like, whoa, like anyone can do that.
yeah,
But then what you don't see is that that person has put in like thousands of hours of practice into getting to that point.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
think the same thing applies to YouTube.
100%. But it's still it's true. But it annoys me because some channels that perform better than me, I know they're using like AI voice, and I heard certain phrases in the script that are generated by AI because ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I use a lot of script writing in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT always says like some stuff like, "Well, buckle up, folks, because now we're going to
Yeah,
discover." And
yeah,
I just know that's from ChatGPT because that's not an organic
yeah.
way if you would write it yourself to put it there.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are just certain elements that you oversee that are more important than those kind of words in the script, for example. And
Mm.
but it also annoys me a little bit because I know their videos are also low effort, but it's a good sign for me because it basically means if I can overcome this challenge by increasing the view duration and be better than them, then I just know, okay, I will
Yeah.
have them on the long term because I won't use AI voice. I won't use uh, the ChatGPT only for scripting. I will also like I
Yeah.
use it for some sort, but I tweak it a lot to make it more personal. And I think on the long
Yeah.
term, if they don't grow and evaluate, then I'll probably overtake them eventually.
By the way, I was like also looking and reading and watching a video about, I think it was from vidIQ from Rob, and he was talking about how YouTube has increased the time to reapply for
Yeah,
monetization from 30 days to 90 days on your second, like on your reappeal, basically on your second reappeal, I think. And he was talking about why this might be happening. And the reason for that is that, well, obviously a lot of people are applying, but it's because a lot of people are applying most likely with AI generated content only.
Yeah.
where it's like an AI script, an AI voice, and there is like the overall video value is super low, you
Yeah.
know?
But the thing is,
And so if,
like,
yeah,
eventually YouTube looks at like viewer satisfaction. Like if the viewer is watching a video for a long time,
hmm,
that's like the key principle. I think the YouTube wants the viewer to be happy. If AI generated content makes the viewers happy, like why should it be an issue?
sure, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But what I see happening a lot, and a lot of people in the community in Discord are talking, like, they might post like a YouTube short and they're like, hey, why am I not getting views? And
Yeah.
then you click
Okay.
through onto the
Yeah.
video and it's like a super low quality video. And there's like one image, like a static image. There's like an AI voice. Like, no, like, YouTube doesn't want that. YouTube wants diversity of content on the platform. So you gotta take the hard route. You gotta take like the hard road because the easy route is okay, ChatGPT, AI voice,
Yeah,
but
true,
no,
but yeah, I think that will also improve. I think AI will also be more creative in using the footage, for example. Like it can create footage itself right now. It doesn't look as perfect, but I've
sure.
seen like movie trailers made with AI. You've probably seen them as well.
I saw that as well. I
Yeah,
saw that
like
as well with like foxes and stuff.
yeah, it could be you have like multiple, but like of course you
Yeah.
can see it's not perfect, but maybe 2 years from now, like it's going crazy. So yeah, we'll see.
Man, I still think the human
Yeah.
touch. Man, I still think the humans like you can give me all the computers you want. I was watching a video by Mr. Who's the Boss, and he was interviewing the CEO of Google. I forgot his name, unfortunately, but
Is it Larry Page or is that the old one?
no, no, it's the Indian guy.
Ah, yeah. Okay, I don't know the name either.
And he said something super interesting. He was like, before, he was like, he made a statement, and the statement was that AI is one of the most important creations of humans. Okay, more important than like the internet itself and all of that, right? And then he went on to explain that why, and it's super simple. Before, we adapted to computers. We learned how to type in Google in a certain way to find information. With a natural language model like ChatGPT, the AI is now learning how to communicate with us
Yeah.
naturally. And he said that what they see in data is that people from uh, I can't remember, was it like he said like less adapted countries to like the technology, you know? He said that they use voice to
Yeah.
search
In USA
more
as well a
than they
lot.
do
They
typing.
have Alexa stuff like in their living room. You can
Yeah.
order stuff through Alexa on Amazon in USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But the thing that I'm trying to highlight here is that like for example, us Westerners who are like really used to computers, right? We know how to like interact with it to search to find things, right? And we do it by typing. You don't usually type in Google like a natural language thing. You type in keywords,
Yeah.
right? You type in like specific keywords, and that's how you get things done. With people who don't have so much experience with computers, they use their voice
Yeah.
much more than we use. They put the microphone and they ask the question and then it searches for them, so that just shows that now computers are going to start adapting to the way we humans actually talk, and that synergy between us and computers, it's going to be, I can't even imagine what's going to happen in the next 100 years, man.
Yeah, I think nobody can because it's
Nobody
exponential.
can. Yeah, it's exponential. That's the thing.
So you can't fathom, I think that's the right word, like what exponential growth is.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like what Einstein also said, like the seventh world wonder or something. I don't know. Uh,
Yeah. Compound interest.
yeah, but that's basically
The
what it is.
seventh or the eighth wonder. Yeah.
And you also see like a lot of AI tools popping up out of nowhere because it's also like a big opportunity for a lot of like people that want to start like entrepreneurs that know programming and how
Yeah.
AI works. Like so many
Yeah.
tools are popping up and like
But I want to warn people again, like just as with the .com bubble, just as with any like these hype cycle, Once something happens, right, everyone is going to start creating an AI for everything, how to go to the bathroom AI, or whatever it
Yeah,
is,
yeah, of
right?
course.
But if you look who survives, just not like a couple of survive, who are the biggest players who survived the dot-com bubble?
Yeah,
Amazon, Microsoft.
yeah, of course, of course. But like the technology itself, it will remain. It will only become more and more. So,
Oh yeah.
but I think for YouTube, yeah, I'm really curious if YouTube, yeah, if they will change their monetization program, or like it would be more fair if YouTube would just look at viewer satisfaction. Like, okay, it's maybe AI generated content. Of course, like it doesn't need to be like reused content, so it looks like really low effort. But if
Mm.
it's still like a unique video and you can't see the difference between AI or human made, I think there should be no issue. I think, but let's see.
Yeah. Mark my word, I think sooner or later we're gonna see some kind of like an update on Google about or on YouTube about AI content, like specifically. Because I think they're still kind of figuring out right now how they want to take it, like what kind of guidelines and terms of service they want to have. But once they have a little bit more understanding, we're gonna see like a big update and they're gonna kind of let us know how they want to approach that. But my bet is that it's going to be pretty strict. Sure, like you can use it for creativity to find original ideas and help you come up with ideas and help you write whatever, but they don't like the 100% AI type of this is written, this is narrated, generated. I don't know.
Yeah, what I also was wondering is like the things that ChatGPT says, like it's not always accurate. Like it's
Yeah,
totally, it can speculate and basically fantasize about things. So I was
yeah,
wondering, like, I see some videos on YouTube that get like crazy amount of views, and it's like a very clickbaity topic. And if I watch the video or just scroll through it, it's like the information in this video, it's not real at all. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm wondering, like,
right.
because of AI, so many more videos and articles and stuff will be uploaded on the internet. But in terms of
Yeah,
videos, I wonder if YouTube will also maybe see like the content of the video, and if it doesn't make any sense at all, but it claims that
yeah.
it's true. I wonder if YouTube will act on it and say like, "Hey, this is like false information," or yeah,
That's an amazing point, and I've been actually having the same thoughts, and I've been observing that with my own videos. So I make search videos, and this is what I noticed. By the way, this is I think, pretty interesting point here for everyone who makes search content. The words you say in your video, the script, right? Obviously, YouTube has the transcript, right? And they have the AI, right? So I think YouTube looks at your script. They look, does it make sense? How many filler words there are? How many, does it solve the problem, or like are users satisfied with it? Let's say for example that there's a keyword, right? And there are two videos that are ranking for that specific keyword, but the quality of audio is very low. There is no script. It's not concise. It's kind of just like all over the place. It has a lot of filler words like okay, so simply I'm gonna show you now, like that. YouTube takes that into consideration. I bet. I have a very strong feeling about that. And what they prioritize is they prioritize content that is like concise and well made. So if I make a third video where it's just direct, straight to the point, and the script is clear with a good audio without any filler words, eventually, like we talked earlier, in the short term, it's a voting machine, but in the long term, it's a weighing machine. And the same thing I think with these videos is like they might be ranking in the short term, but eventually, if your video provides more value to the end user, that will show. Like you will
yeah.
get what you deserve.
But the thing is, then AI voice would be number one always because it will never make mistakes. Like it will pronounce things differently, but it will never say ah and stuff like that. So
But I'm talking about like scripts. just having well-made scripts. Like,
Yeah,
let's
okay,
say, for
scripts
example,
itself.
you're talking about search videos, right? One way to do search videos is just to freestyle it.
Yeah.
The other way to do is to first have some kind of a script and then read it out. And obviously that takes a lot more editing, a lot more preparation, a lot more whatever. But which one is more valuable to the end user?
Yeah, I think like spending more time on certain search videos that have like a higher search volume, that can be beneficial, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. The one guy that is doing amazingly well, I think his name is Rob Tucker, from a channel called Guide Realm.
Oh, I know that guy with the glasses, right?
Yeah, with the glasses. Very big channel. Does everything himself. I don't know about the editing and stuff like that, but you know, he is just consistently posting how-to tutorials, and he is ranking up now. He's racking in 5 million views a month on his channel with a $4 RPM. He's
four
bringing in
dollars
20K.
Yeah, I wish I had four. Yeah, but that's good. But it's like also a weighing for yourself. Like, okay, do I want to do the recording myself? Or, of course, like, do I want to spend more time on structuring the scripts? Or do you take a route which is faster but maybe lower in earnings, but is automated? It's like yeah.
Sometimes there's a middle ground.
Yeah. I think eventually um, for search, because there are a lot of search channels popping up. You probably noticed as well.
Yeah.
Like there are.
Most of them are not good.
Yeah, it's basic because everybody wants to make as many videos as possible for the lowest amount. So then you get
Yeah.
that quality of videos. But I think eventually, also when I earn a little bit more with my channel, I think I'll find a guy that wants to record his face and do it more organically. Because I think, yeah, eventually everybody will find the topics. Like, of course, new topics will be added, but like there are always like a couple guys that also found your topic. That's almost, yeah, a lot of times the case. No, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be, but eh. I think if you want to outrank those two or one that was before you,
Qu-
you probably need to more. Sorry, you said something or
Quality.
oh, quality? Yeah,
Quality.
exactly. I was thinking maybe my mic unplugged again because that happened before. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think so as well. Quality, and then in the long term that will be better. So yeah, I'm also thinking about it. Like once my channel is growing a little bit more, then I also have more budget to pay more per video, and then you on the long
Yeah.
term outrank hopefully the rest. Yeah.
By the way, talking about, I 100% agree with you. And this is what I was bringing up in the last episode as well. But finding super high RPM topics that have good search volume and that have very poor quality videos there and like very little competition, dude, I I just can't get enough. It's like my new game. It's literally my new hobby. I can spend all day just browsing YouTube incognito, coming up with ideas, going down the rabbit hole, and just finding amazing keywords that are not always easy to produce. But if you make a good quality video that actually shows the person how to do something or solves a problem or whatever, brother, there is 100% certainty that you will rank and that the video is going to make at least 10,000 views in the next year with an RPM, if you post on my main channel, with like, I don't know, over $80. I promise
Yeah,
you.
what's the RPM by the way
800.
on your channel? Because I've seen you uploading some on your main channel. What's the difference between your main and your search?
It takes some time to for the RPM. Give me another couple of weeks to see
Yeah,
the
okay.
data because it's not in yet. They're still optimizing, but I think I'm already seeing the like better results. But I'm gonna update everyone on YouTube like in a couple of weeks because right now it's still kind of, it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time for the data to roll in. But yeah, dude, like right before the podcast, I found a keyword. I'm gonna show it to you. It's a really long topic, how to, but yeah, like it's insane. Like you, and there's one guy who has a video exactly like that. Poor thumbnail, So I'm just saying this to to tell you that, like, right now, my opinion, obviously more is better, right? If you can find, a lot of these keywords, if you can produce a lot of these videos, if you can just, like, volume, like if you can do volume really well, sure, you're going to be better off. But the point I'm trying to make here is that, like, if you're just starting out, like if I'd be just starting out, I just focus on finding like those super high RPM videos, right? Search that there is a clear indicator that you can rank, like super clear. There is none of those like 10 other search channels who are doing it. And this is what you're going to notice. Most often, it's a pretty like it's not complicated, but you need to do a little bit of research to make that video happen. You need to sit down and study the topic for about 30 minutes, read through it, maybe watch that video, maybe read an article, go ahead, open the pages, and then record and show. But I can guarantee you that that 1 hour of work that you do is going to pay off like 800 to 1,000 euros in the next year if you have like about 10,000, volume per year.
Yeah, of course, because
That
you basically have a deeper understanding of the topic, so you can explain it better. Plus, if your quality of the video itself is also better, then the viewer
yeah.
satisfaction will be higher.
You make one video like that a day for 30 days. In 1 year, you can be making, I don't know, 20K overall. Those like 30 videos you make, if each one of them is like that.
Yeah,
And there
the
is
thing
that.
is, what I'm struggling with, like certain really high CPM topics. First of all, I'm not getting I'm not getting the desired RPM on my channel. Like even if the
Yeah.
topic is high, but don't take it into account. But then like the search volume is really limited because it's so niche down. It's like a problem within a
Yeah.
program that's almost like not used by that many people.
Yeah. Well, what I've found is that the more I started immersing myself in this game, the deeper and the more time I spend, the better I am at finding those like gold nuggets,
Yeah.
basically. Like you find a gem. It's just like it's a game. It's like playing a video game and like you're looking, I don't know, playing Minecraft and you're looking for diamonds, right? I think that's the most highly
Yeah, could be.
valuable stone there, probably, right? And then you're looking for those like rare gems. And then you find one, right? And you know that if you make that video, you're gonna make like anywhere from like 500 to 1,000 euros in the next 12 months. And so the way you go about finding them is you said, like, first off, okay, rule number one, don't do what everyone else is doing. If everyone else is doing like Squarespace and Shopify and Wix, right? Because everyone is talking about it, because Yuri was talking
Yeah.
about like sure, it worked for Yuri because at the time when he was doing it, no one else was doing it. And he ranked for all of those keywords. Sure. But you got to get creative. There are so many more things besides that. I see all these channels now popping up, all doing the same topics, just all doing the same
Yeah.
over and over and over. Like, you're not
Snapchat,
going to rank.
Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah,
those.
you're
Yeah.
not going to rank. Come on. Like, sure, there's some opportunities there, but do you really want to spend, hours of your time researching an Instagram topic or whatever, and to find that one super long tail keyword that is going to have an RPM of $1 and that's going to, no, you're better off making like, okay, I'm going to say, like, I made recently a 30 minutes tutorial about, do I want to give it away? Don't want to give it
Say the
away.
niche, maybe. Is it like a web hosting? Is it software or?
It is Shopify Dawn theme customization. That's the topic.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's
yeah,
Shopify.
you niche
It's
down within
Shopify.
Shopify, basically.
Yeah, but I did, instead of a customization, like, people are still searching for a Dawn theme customization. Like, you can type it in, you can see it. And I made a 30-minute high quality video where I just opened up Shopify. And I just showed you, okay, this is how you change colors, this is how you change fonts, this is how you change the blocks, da 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 da. And I showed you a couple of apps. Guess what? It's ranking. Open incognito right now. Search Shopify Dawn theme customization. You're gonna find my channel. There you go. you know? But it's just like getting a little bit more creative with what you do. You don't like recently I've been doing reviews. Like if you check my main channel, I've been doing comparison videos. I've been comparing banks. It's a bit harder to do, but guess what? I'm ranking for one topic. It has an RPM of $10.
Yeah, I did it as well. Let me
And
check my RPM because I did it like a month ago or something. I don't know.
and
Let me check.
I am bringing in a lot of people who are signing up to Wise through my link.
Yeah, is it working?
Dude, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm going to check exactly now how many. And I was showing Hessel this the other day as well. But check this out. I got already. Oh, you can't see
I
it.
can
But I
see it.
got, you see those,
Five? I think
you see
five,
those
right?
yellow dots?
Yeah,
Yeah, you see the yellow dots? I got five. I got five people to sign up to Wise with my link.
What do you get from people that sign up?
If they go through the process, I get 90 euros from
Oh,
one person.
it's pretty high.
And these five invites are from 1,200 views. Now, and this video has a lot of search volume. It's getting about 150 views every 48 hours. So like think about it in a year, and I'm ranking like second, I think. Now think about it in a year. Not only is the RPM 10, and I'm gonna continue ranking because it's a good video, but I'm also getting these invites, and sooner or later someone is gonna convert into 90 euros. So you can just think like the RPM is nuts.
But is it your search channel or your main?
This is my search channel.
Okay, so it is possible. The high
Yeah.
RPM.
Yes, but still the bumper and skippables are divided equally. If this video would have been ranking on my main, skippable would be 90%.
Then upload it to your main. Makes more sense.
Nah. I'm uploading now similar videos to my main.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll see the data there because I'm only starting now. So I uploaded literally today. I uploaded the first three videos, and every single day from now on, I'm going to be uploading 3 more. So yeah, we will see. But it's just for you to think about that. Like you don't need to do like how to that everyone else is doing simple. Like be creative. You can think about like Shopify Dawn theme customization. It's not a how-to, but people are still searching for it. And there's quite a good search volume. It's pretty easy for me. It was pretty easy for me to rank, and the RPMs are amazing.
Yeah, it's basically like Shopify is a bigger platform, and you also have like themes on Shopify, but also plugins and stuff like that. So it's basically you need to look with inside the main thing.
Yes.
Same with WordPress. You have like different page builders on WordPress. You can talk about it as well. So yeah, it's like a little bit deeper thinking instead of like the basic talk. But I think some mistake that people might make is that they also outsource the video topic research.
100%.
Yeah.
In the beginning, dude, you need to do everything yourself in the beginning if you want to get good at this.
Especially now because it's more saturated in the more general keywords. But yeah, you really need to do the keyword research yourself, I think. Otherwise, you'll be making those. Like you can't trust on a freelancer for this kind of.
No, how are they gonna know? They've never done this.
No, exactly, but I think a lot of people they think as long as it's as a high search volume, it'll be fine.
People want to take the easy route. You know, hey,
Who
I need
doesn't?
you to find me 50, I want you to find me 50 keywords per week. You know, and at one point I did that as well. I'm not gonna lie, I did that.
Got a strike. Let's go.
But like it's you don't need a lot in the beginning. You find 1-2 golden nuggets, you make a good video, you'll understand much more. And if you want to learn more, join the inner circle of our Discord community.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah,
plugged it in. Yeah. Yeah, basically, Ron and I, we have a Discord community. I'm sure you guys who are watching and listening this know about it. But if you don't, well, you're welcome. Here's an invite, official. And further, for those of you who want to learn kind of like an inner circle, right? Think of it like you can come to a school, like a free school, right? But if you want to hang out with the group of like people,
Yeah.
like specific group of people, right? Or like the cool kids, then you can just join that. And if you want to do that, message Ron, message myself,
Yeah, or leave a
and just be
comment.
like,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, or be
Yeah.
like, hey, I want to be part of the inner circle. And then we'll take you from there. But with that, I think it's a pretty good roundup.
Yeah.
Ron, thank you for your time.
Thank you
Thank you
too.
guys so much for watching, listening, viewing, subscribing. And we will see you in the next week's episode.
Yes. Ciao,
Ciao.
ciao.